Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have a brand new Meet the Pyotr Velikiy. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I'm gonna call it Peter, probably, so just a heads up. Now, I know it's been a minute. I've been trying to get these videos out for a while. I haven't really had a chance to run it, the PV for a while. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. First of all, we have Mikhail Kadrov, and we have not one for the nuisance, which reduces your risk of fire and flooding. We've got Crisscross, which increases the traverse speed of the battleship's guns. We've got Collective Labor, which gives you an extra damage control party plus 10% to the control party duration. And then we have Master Mechanic, which gives you +1 to the repair party charges, and it gives you a -6% reload time and +6% of amount of HP recovered. So very good perk. Then we have Will to Rebuild, which gives you even more HP that you can recover. And of course his is Vicious Circle, which increases the traverse speed of the battleship's gun some more. We've got Andrew Cunningham and we've got Robert Jajard here. Now, Jajard probably could be swapped out because this thing has pretty good penetration anyway. So you could probably swap Jajard out for maybe, can't think of his name, but it's the other battleship commander, the one with the better penetration angles. That would probably be a plus. So, something to consider. Now, how do we have the ship set up? Let's check it out. We have Aiming Systems Mod 1. And then, of course, it is fully upgraded. And we have no boosters active during this match. You can see I have 4 damage controls and 3 actual heals. We have 51,000 hit points. Not bad. Torpedo reduction's pretty low, but it is a low-tier ship, so it's kind of to be expected. Artillery. You have 356mm guns, and you have 8 of them. Wait, what? Oh yes. God, I was thinking of the Gangit. I'm like, wait a second. We have never mind. I'm a dork. I apologize. So yeah, we have 8 356mm guns. Fires out to 14.8 kilometers, which is not very good. But considering these things are best in a brawling situation, these Russian battleships, that really doesn't hurt you too bad. You got to try to get into range to start doing some damage. Now, 5200 HE is not bad, but 38% chance to set on fire is pretty good. I think it's up there with most of the higher tier battleships, so I think that's pretty good. AP shell damage is 10,500 for Citadels. And then, of course, we have some secondaries there that reach out to 4.2 kilometers. So not too bad in the secondaries department. You have quite a bit of them as well. Especially the 130s. You have 16 130s, so 8 on each side. Not bad. Alright, maneuverability can get up to 26.5 knots, which is pretty good for these mid/low tier battleships. It's not quite Ishizuki or Congo, but it's decently quick for its tier. It's got a rudder shift time of 11.5 seconds, which is also decently quick for a battleship. Turning circle radius 800 meters, not the greatest. Concealment 13.2 kilometers, better than most battleships. And detectability by air 10.6, with a detectability while firing in smoke of 11.5, which is something that you can use occasionally in battleships, but very rarely. Overview. Superior AP pen. Above average AP shell penetration. That's all the Russian battleships. And then agile. It's above average ability to change direction, which goes back to the thing that I was telling you about. It's being able to turn. Now, one of the variants of the armored cruiser for the Baltic Sea project, armed with 356mm guns, she was notable for her high speed and her main battery turrets, 2 facing forward and 2 aft, that were positioned along her center line with 1 turret at each end in a super firing position. and she was designed in 1911 but never built. And that's kind of a thing for the Russian battleships. They just never ended up getting built. But if you're wondering what super firing means, that means you can literally shoot over top of the turret in front of you. So you can see in both cases you have a gun that's raised above the gun that's in front of it so that you can fire over top of it. Anyway, without further ado, hopefully you guys are ready. I've got a doozy of a game that will keep you guessing as to what's going to happen. So, let's get this party started. Alright, so we are on Archipelago, and we are top tier, which means the bad guys are about to have a bad day. And we are going to have one of the most ridiculous games of World of Warships I think I have ever been a part of. So, with all that hype, let's see what we can get into, shall we? Now, there are a few things that I need to talk to you guys about. First of all, if you're looking for the Meet the Cossack video, it's on its way. And what I mean by it's on its way is, I've played the ship, I got a feel for it, and this was part of the reason that I'm in the ship. You see, there are some events going on with some personal missions for some promotion orders, and they just happen to be in the Russian battleships. And so I started going through the different Russian battleships, trying to complete these missions real quick, because it only takes a couple wins to do so, and then you get a handful of promotion orders. So it was kind of a win-win situation. I get to potentially get some pretty awesome gameplay for you guys, and don't get me twisted. The gameplay you're about to witness is nothing short of miraculous, and it's not even necessarily my fault. But yeah, this is going to be a ridiculous game, and there's no other way around it. Now, I hadn't really got a chance to play the Pyotr Velikiy here too much. I played all of the other battleships, didn't really get a chance to play this one, I don't think. So that's why you guys are getting to meet us so late. And I hope you guys are ready. Now, we are already on fire, and if you notice, there's a Congo out there, there's a handful of cruisers. Okay, there's all of the cruisers. And they all are firing high explosive at my Russian battleship. Luckily, unlike most of my battleships, who are dispersion build battleships, my Russian battleships are not. My Russian battleships are not brawlers, but brawlers, if that makes sense. Oh my god, Königsberg just found out the hard way. I don't need a dispersion build in a Russian battleship. I can still hit you, and hit you hard, because what I lack in over distance, I make up for in under 10 kilometers. It's pretty disgusting what you can do with these Russian battleships inside of 10 kilometers, even without a dispersion build. Hello, Congo. You're at 9.5 kilometers. Have you not been listening to anything I've just said? Now, we get a pretty solid hit against the Congo, but you'll notice we took a pretty nasty hit ourselves earlier when we were sitting there broadside to him, and he decided to show me that he has the ability to fire AP and knows when to. So, yeah, we got touched. But we're not burning at the moment. The enemy seems to be focused on our cruiser, which is preferable considering the fact that the entire enemy team was focused on me for a short amount of time. And I lost half of my health that quickly because of it. Now, their Königsberg is just absolutely begging for it, and we give it to them. And that's when the Phoenix starts firing his guns. Now, between the two of us, if I was in a fight with a Congo or a Phoenix, which is more dangerous to me in a battleship? Now, if you said the Congo, you would be correct if I was broadside on.
Enemy severely damaged.
But I'm not. Well, not completely. If I'm bow or stern tanking the Congo, he's not the biggest threat. At most, he's going to get a couple thousand damage off of me, and it's not really that scary. So, what I want to try to do is start limiting the people who can set me on fire, because remember, we're in a Russian battleship, so we only have a certain number of damage controls. We don't want to keep using them, and we've been so far, set on fire rapidly. Even though we have less chance to be set on fire, the fact that we have so many people trying to set us on fire means inevitably we are going to be set on fire. The good thing is here I have managed to push my way away from most of their ships, and this allows me to start to focus them down. Now, I say that, and immediately Phoenix finds out the hard way of what happens to American cruisers when you're broadside on to battleships. You die. Welcome to World of Warships. Speaking of broadside onto battleships, hello Congo. Now I say that he immediately starts turning away. This Congo is not an idiot. He's already proven that he can citadel us. He's already proven that he's doing a pretty decent job of avoiding our salvos. But unfortunately for him, it's not going to help him in the end. I am relentless in this battle. And it may have seemed like I turned and ran away, which I did. But I was also fully prepared to make the turn back in. I wasn't just running away to run away. I run away to get a better position, get myself away from the majority of their team so that I'm not the focused person. Because if I'm dead, I'm no help to the team. Makes sense? And if I'm alive, Lord help you. If I'm in a battleship, you're in a bad day. That's just the way it goes. I love my battleships, and I'm a pretty darn good shot. So if you're sitting out there broadside onto me, you're going to have a bad day. And while we've been able to get away from everybody and kind of compose ourselves and get ourselves back into the fight, you're going to notice that we were able to heal some. And we're about to heal and use our last heal, actually. We only have one more heal, and we only have 2 more damage cons. So, what are we going to do? It's awfully early in the match. There's still a lot of targets out there. So we're going to take the shots that the enemy gives us. You know, we're not going to rush things. We're not going to take and get ourselves into trouble. However, I cannot say the same for my team. My team is going to potato so hard that even us in America are like, dude, that's too much potato. It's too much. And if you're not from America and you don't know, we like potatoes here. Maybe it's our Irish background. Who knows? But we do like potatoes. They're cheap and they do everything. But we don't like our teams to potato. No. And right here, I thought this Congo was dead. He's angled, but not steeply angled, so we get 10,000 damage. And I'm like, all right, sweet. One more shot on the Congo, and he's off the map. No big deal. It'll be great. And we're getting ready to start capping the base. Because did I mention that this was a domination? Where did the team go? Like, 1 minute, we've got a steady lead. The next minute, they're winning, and they have all of the caps. Well, 2 of the caps anyway. Because up to this point, only the outside caps have been taken. Now, right here, I'm like, okay, Congo's dead. Don't need to worry about the Congo. What? Really? Really, game? Come on now. That was bullcrap. Uh-oh. I'm smelling torpedo threat. Earth to Spartan. Turn hard to starboard. Aim the ship. Oh God, somebody touched him. Thank you, cruiser. Appreciate the help. It's about time somebody does something other than just sit there and die. But don't worry, I'll get him from here. One salvo from the front guns was enough to finish him off. Now, you'll notice that there are a couple Gangets on the enemy team. 2 of them, in fact, and both of them are in a division, which means they're going to be working together. Whether that means they're on top of one another or not, we have yet to find out. We have seen one of them. Haven't quite seen the other at this point. But now that the Congo is completely out of the play, right? There's no way he survives this. Really? Are you joking? God darn it! Can somebody finish the stupid Congo? If I don't kill him soon, he's gonna kill somebody. Wait for it. Oh, that was the Ginga. This freaking Congo, I don't know why. I don't know what kind of, like, RNG he's been praying to or what, but my God, it was so infuriating for me to shoot at him multiple times and not kill him when I know that just 1 or 2 decent hits will in fact kill him. And yes, that was my high caliber. We are at 83,000 damage currently, which just goes to show you there wasn't a whole lot of hit points in this match, and that's mainly due to the fact that most of the match was cruisers, and they're all gone. Well, there's still 1 cruiser left, and it's a Fiji. You'll know that in a little while. But there's these Gangets out here, and they're not really giving me a flat broadside to shoot at, but they're giving me enough of a broadside that I feel like I can get some decent damage here. And, wait for it, you've got a clear shot, he starts turning away, we go ahead, unleash everything at that Ganget. And this is when things start going horribly, horribly wrong. So, as we approach the center cap, now that we've capped C, we're giving our team some points because we're not doing so well. But it is a 4 versus 3, and I feel pretty good in these situations. I said Fiji, didn't I? It's actually an emerald. It's not a Fiji. It's an emerald. It's definitely not a Fiji. Fiji's tier 60, dummy. Anyway, so we got a good shot here at the emerald, and unfortunately we just hit him with 1 shell, overpinning and not doing any damage. And we lose our Marblehead to the Ganget, making this a 4 versus 2. But it's not really a 4 versus 2, as you're going to find out in the near future. It's just a 4 versus 1, because I am the only person on my team left that is going to do any damage from here on out. So that should tell you kind of what we can expect. Now, as you can see, I'm firing at a broadside Ganget because why wouldn't you? And we get rewarded with a Citadel. Now, we're also broadside to him, but we are no longer detected. However, his partner in his division is right in front of me, and that's not preferable because that could end horribly. Luckily, he fires his shots prematurely and decides to derp it into the rock. And then I start realizing he's not trying to shoot me, he's trying to ram me. Now, I've already been in reverse. I've seen this coming for a moment now. And just as we start running away to try to keep him from ramming us and hoping that he'll potato and hit the island and that'll give us enough time to shoot him to death, unfortunately, you may have already seen where this is heading. However, we survive. He does not. 7,300 health left. We have just used our last damage con, or one of our last damage cons, to stop the flooding from the ram. And if you look at the damage currently, we're at 132,000 damage in a tier 4. And that's when the Congo decides to come back out. And he's like, hey, remember me, Sunshine? Yeah, now that you only have 7,000 health left, how about you and I reach an understanding? And I was like, sure. What do you want to talk about? Go back to port. You have got to be joking. Okay, there we go. Finally, the game is like, okay, this guy has obviously tried to hit this guy so many times. So we get our Kraken unleashed, finishing off the Fuso. And now I'm like, okay, this is a strange turn of events, but I think I can do this. It's just a Ganget and an Emerald left. At this point, I'm feeling pretty freaking good. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to pull off a miracle here. So I'm going to try to go through B, capture B on my way through. Gives us some more points, even though points are not a thing at this point. There is less than 3 minutes left, which means I need to kill everybody in order to win this match. Now, all of the enemy has to do is not do what they're going to do. Basically, all they have to do is hide behind an island, and I will never be able to do a damn thing about it. But they're not going to do that, are they? Because this wouldn't be a ridiculously miraculous game if they were to hide behind the island. Oh, no, no, no. Mr. Jingles, I can hear you in the background. Yes, the enemy must win harder. Hello, Ganget. How you doing? Wait for it. Pow! Got him. And now all that is left is the enemy Emerald. Now, you and I both know how I feel about an Emerald. Emerald is an absolute tragedy of a cruiser.
Problem solved, sir.
And all he has to do is nothing. Nothing, and he wins. Just don't do anything stupid, like sail out broadside or slightly angled even to a frickin' Russian battleship at 3 kilometers. And then he just gets the most ridiculous RNG he will ever get in his life, managing to bounce multiple rounds from 3 kilometers of a Russian battleship. You have got to be joking. Now here, I was trying so hard to get away from those torpedoes and just could not quite pull it off because I knew if I had just reloaded one more time, he couldn't have possibly gotten lucky again. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. We come up just short of having the greatest comeback I have ever seen in World of Warships Legends. Basically a 1 versus 4 with no help from the other guy on my team who has 8,300 hit points but decided the corner of the map was the best place he could be. And that's not how you expected this to end, I'm sure. But 6 kills, 150,000 damage done, top of the leaderboard, Kraken, Confederate, devastating strike, high caliber, all of the things. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.